Welcome to Perkins County Schools, host site for the Class D2 District Volleyball Finals. Please rise for the national anthem to be played by the Wallace High School Band. And now for your starting lineups. The visiting team, Paxton Tigers. A senior, number 4, Taylor Holtmaster. A junior, number 5, Leanne Gillen. A senior, number 8, Amy Stiles. A sophomore, number 10, Nicole Keller. A senior, number 12, Austin Hackney. A sophomore, number 13, Emma Holt. Paxton, head coach, is Jody Rose, and assisted by Troy Davis. Now the home team, the Wallace Wildcats. A senior, number 2, Alexander Lombard. A senior, number 3, Kate Allwood. A junior, number 4, Morgan Messersmith. A junior, number 9, Michaela Sheets. A senior, number 11, Sarah Hubbard. A junior, number 21, Christina Daniels. And a freshman, number 10, Maggie Lee.
Senior and 5'6", Nicole Keller on the outside. She's a soft, 5'5". Senior Austin Hackney on the outside. She stands 6 foot. And Emma Holtz on the outside. She is a sophomore, 5'8". Jody Rhodes, assisted by Troy Denning. And one of these teams will go to state. The other one will start to think about the round ball season. It's been 4 years since Paxton's gotten there, Janelle. 3 years for Wallace. So, you know, these teams are hungry to get back. A lot of good tradition in these schools. Both of these schools have been to state numerous times, and I'm sure they're anxious to get back there.
Yeah, there was a little alumni game tournament over Labor Day in Paxton put on by some alumni, and these girls helped with it. And they made the comment, boy, those girls can really play. And I said, look at those banners. That's who won those. So they have a little thing. They just want to do it for Paxton.
All right, we'll see. Paxton starting to serve, and the first one going long. And that was that Holtz serving that time?
Yeah. A lot of adrenaline right now.
Yep, it'll take a while. A little nervousness. Wallace now serves it back from right to left, and that one goes long. Or was it in? What'd they call?
They called out.
They called out, so side out Paxton. So both servers a little bit pumped to begin things, and now we'll see Carly Scow slip in and serve for the Tigers in the dark blue with the white and gold trim. And here's the hit by Wallace in the middle, smashed down, a good one by Daniels from the middle. And that's why serving and getting the back row to move a little bit and not get a perfect pass to the setter is going to be so important for both of these teams to score. Good serve over. It goes sideways. Off the court a little bit, back in play, and the smash by Bailey Scows over. Now Wallace sets it over, two-handed shove over. And up at the net, what do we have there? What do they call?
Paxton was
in the net.
On the block.
Okay. So Tigers touch the net. So the point to Wallace in the blue with the white trim. Both teams with black shorts. Serve goes long. Point to the Tigers. And they're within one as they serve. Rotating behind the line is Taylor Holds faster. Senior. She tosses it up, slaps it over the right hand. It's bumped forward by Hubbard. Now to the middle. Daniels' second attack in the same spot on the court produces the point for the Wildcats.
Daniels is pretty hot tonight. If they want to go to Atlanta, they can.
I think she's been hot all year.
Yeah.
300
well,
plus kills.
That's the strategy. Go to your strength.
She and Storm combining for over 450 on the season. Here's the back set. Right side attack. Scow down the line. Good job of reading the court. They had sucked up in the back row and left that back left area open, and Bailey spotted that.
The line, she's a good line hitter, too. If she can see that open, she'll hit it.
And Paxton within one again. Floater serve, that'll be an ace as it goes off of Alex Lundvall and out. So an ace serve by Scow, and we're tied at 4. 4 each opening set. Best 3 out of 5 here in the postseason. Backwards out the first contact, bumped up by Hubbard from the middle, free balled over by Sheets. Now the Tigers set into the middle. Holds faster, setting Hackney. And across, Wallace smashes and down.
I believe that was Cora Brott.
It was Brott
Yeah.
that set that time, and
I mean, full faster set Brott.
And Brott.
She's just a freshman.
okay. 5-4 Wallace getting the point and serving. Now the back set and over by Brott on the right side, and she smashed it off the back row, and Wallace couldn't handle it, so point for Paxton. So as we thought, we're just going back and forth in this one. Two teams going to be a hard time putting together a string of points in this one.
Hackney back into the front row.
And the serve is long. And that was Keller serving, I believe, that
I
time.
believe it was,
Yep.
yes.
6-5 Wallace. Serve across, bumped up, set by Holds faster, back row attack, Scow, and she got it in. Second kill for Bailey Scow. 6 each.
And this is going to be one of those matches.
Just is.
Yep.
Tooth and nail.
Yep.
Leanne Gamet across, bumped up to the right, now sent to the left, and the smash is down by Hubbard.
Nice hit by Hubbard there. Right between the blockers.
7-6 Wallace. And the serve's over by their libero, and now up at the net. Holds faster had to get it out of the net. The pass was too tight, and she whipped it off to her side. A good effort by Holtz to get it back in play, but couldn't do so. 8-6. Another serve, back row, bumped up again on the second, and Hackney gets it over. Now it's bumped up by the Wildcats in the middle. Daniels, 2 hands into the back corner, and it gets past Scow and down. So a little 3-point run now by the Wildcats. Maggie May doing the serving by 1 freshman. Into the back row, bumped up, and now Holds faster setting, and it is smashed out of bounds. They call off Emma Holtz that time, so 4 in a row. Coach Rhodes is going to use a timeout. So Paxton talks it over, down 10-6 in the opening set. Janelle and I will return to the gym in Grant in 30 seconds.
One of the best moves of Jody's coaching this year has been putting Taylor Holzfaster as setter, but if she can't get the pass,
Yep.
that's a moot point.
Yep, that's true.
And they'd be the first to tell you that's their weak spot.
This one of 6 D2 finals tonight. The D2-1, Sterling versus Hampton. D2-2, Meade taking on Lyons Decatur Northeast. Wynot and Stewart tangling in the D2-3 final. D2-4, Giltner and Bertrand going at it. And the D2-6 over in Baird, Layton and A Springs. Wallace on a 4-point run, gets it across. Here's Hackney returning. A dive by May, popped up again. And a free ball by Hubbard's going to go out. And Paxton stems the tide, just what Coach Rhodes hoped for when you call a timeout. That's the main purpose of that, is to stem the server's momentum.
Break the momentum.
Yep. Popped up, pass too far into the net.
Both teams struggling with passing. And
Yep.
It's just nerves right now. They're just a hair too hard of serve and passing.
Back to serve Holtz, starting the second rotation for Paxton. Up and a set into the middle, a good smash. It nearly got caught in the passer's hands, but over by Scow. Now they feed Daniels in the middle, and she bangs it close to the net off of Hackney that time. And those are hard to handle. They come at you, and you're right up there near the net.
Yeah, she had a perfect pass, perfect set, and she can hit it. So she had a great ace there.
Side out Wildcats leading 11-8 in the opening set. The service crossed by Lenville. Paxton going to shoot over to Scow on the left, and a good hit. That time goes off the hand of Hubbard and out. Scow's third kill draws the Tigers within a pair as Hackney exits, and on to serve comes Carly Scow. Scow, few bounces. Now will toss it up, hit it over. Good one. Pass up the net, over on 2. And here's Scow from the left side, a safe hit. Gotten up nicely, back the middle, Daniels rejected, and it's going to be an ace block for Taylor Holzfaster.
That's another thing. I don't know what her stats are in blocking, but I believe she was pretty high up.
She is the best.
Yeah, and she
124 coming in.
And that, having her in the center front is part of that.
Serve though goes long. And the Tigers just haven't been able to string anything together yet. Back in the game, Haley Storm into the front row. And the Wildcats serving, I believe it was Hubbard, yep, across. Right side attack, Paxton. Scow able to get it in front of a diving Maggie. Well, wait a minute, they let it play. No, they did call it down, okay. They let them play, but Wallace didn't pick it up.
But nobody could hear the whistle.
Yeah, they kept playing, which they should if they don't hear anything, keep going until it's obvious. So Scow able to get it down. And a serve over. Hubbard passes up right side into the middle. They feed Daniels. Back row to an infraction and a net on Paxton is called.
I believe that was number 6, Cora Brott. Just a little too close to the net. Freshman mistake.
Yep. And so Wallace up 13-11, and serving is Daniels. Off the back row player, bumped up finally on 2, and a free ball bump over by Brott. And now the Wildcats set left side, attacked by Storm, rejected, but did they say it was out? Tip. It went out, but it was tipped.
The line judge made the wrong call.
Okay. She gave a signal, but she didn't mean to give the tip signal, I think, is what they ruled. Yep. I didn't think there was a tip. It just was a clean hit out on the block attempt. Yep. So Wallace does get the point, which is the correct call. 14-11 Wildcats. Sending it up and over is Storm. Or rather, that was Daniels. Left side attack. Off the blocker and down. Good one over there on the left side by Brott.
She's really come on to the end of this year. She really had some kids injured or sick, and Nicole Keller was out with a
14-12. Bumped up. Here's a left side attack by Storm. Rejected on the left side, but Wallace plays it. 2 hands it over into the back row. Forward. Now Holzfaster shoots it off to the left and shoved over by Holtz. Wallace going up front, and Storm 2-hand shoot back to Scow. Tipped over and a dive into the net, and 3 players coming together to try to get a third hit. And the ball lands in between them. So 14-13, Paxton within 1 can tie it here. Bailey Scow resumes serving. It's bumped up in the middle and tapped over by Sheets. Now Paxton feeds the middle. A good attempt by Hackney, but off the back row.
Poor Broad again.
It was brought from the middle.
I was going to say, when we had an injury with Nicole Keller out with a concussion, she came in to play quite a bit more ball, and she has improved leaps and bounds in the last 3 or 4 games.
She's got 3 kills. That last one tied us at 14. Now the Tigers look to take the lead. It's passed up to the right, into the middle, and touched over. Nice dig by Holzfaster. Now sent up from the back row. Here's the attack by Holtz on the left side. Wallace feeds into the middle, get it through Brott's block. And now back it goes to Holtz, up, and she got it just over. And a missed time by the Wallace right side that time, allowed the ball to stay on their side and get Paxton the lead. Timeout Wildcats, as they're now down 15-14. We'll be back in half a minute. Welcome back to Perkins County High and Grant as we resume this D25 District Championship. The winner off to Grand Island next Thursday. The loser will get to think about round ball practice. Just what we thought. The teams split their 2 matches during the regular season, and we're within 1 point right now, going back and forth. Bailey Scow continues serving after the timeout. Sent back over by Wallace. Now Holzfaster going to send to the right side, and it's over. Up front and bumped over by Storm. And now they feed the middle, and what? Another good one down. You talk about improvement. I think she's improving as this match goes along.
Well, she's hot. You give it to the hot hand.
From the middle, she really likes that spot, and why not? 16-14 Tigers looking to take control here in the first. It's put over again by Scow, bumped up by Lundvall, and over on the second touch. Now Paxton going to choose their spot, and they're going to have to bump it. Didn't get a good set that time, so bumped over by Brott. Now Wallace feeds Storm on the right, got it off the blocker, and a boy, but after it got over, she touched the net there, and that'll cost Wallace a point.
Yeah, there's lots of action at the net, and they're just not staying out of it tonight.
17-14. Paxton on a big run here. Scow pushes it across. Serves to Hubbard. Bumped up. Go middle. Touched over by Alward. And now the Tigers going to set to the left. Big swipe by Holtz on the left side. Going diagonally from left to her right. And down it went. And there's timeout 2. Wildcats forced to take their second, down 18-14. Janelle and I will be back to resume action in half a minute.
Where they're at.
No, she's in the back row.
Yeah, I was going to say the rotation.
Yeah.
She's not up there.
Well, Janelle, the thing that's hurting Wallace is that Daniels, the best hitter, has been in the back row for quite a while now.
Right. There's Paxton serving, and Paxton's getting more aggressive and attacking. And after that last kill by Emma Holtz, they really pumped up. 18-14. I think it's been 7 straight. Maybe 8 straight for the Tigers, and Scow continues serving it over. Touch of that rejected by Paxton. Wallace plays it forward. They're going to go to the left side again. This time a good hit, and Wallace really needed that. Haley Storm stepped up there and conked it off of, I believe it was Brott's hand she got it off of. Right, we caught the Paxton had the block, but it ricocheted out of bounds.
So Wallace ends the long rally, and they're within 3, 15-18. Wildcats serve it. Back row middle, Scow forward, Holzfaster. Good job to keep it out of the net backwards, and then a free ball into the net off the hand of Carly Scow that time. Sometimes those simple ones, you got time to think about it and get position. You just don't get enough on it.
Too long to think.
16-18, serves across. Not a great pass, Carly Scow, and then it finally ends up on a third touch over by Holtz. On the left side, backing it out away from the net, Hubbard. Now the third hit over, Paxton plays it from the right into the middle, and a Brott hit is rejected, and it's Paige Allward getting the rejection, and ace block for her.
Yeah, I think they're caught on, I think, that they're going to go to the middle to Torres, so they're ready.
17-18, Wallace looking to tie it. Over it goes, passed up to Holzfaster, setting on the right side, over by Brott, and now Wallace feeds the middle. Allward rejected by Brott. Allward bumps it up, and now the set by Lundvall over left side, smashes across by Storm. Now Paxton goes left side, smashed by Holtz, returned right away, and Brott was waiting for that one and pushed it down.
Jody Rose came off the bench on that one. Exciting to see that.
fifth kill for Brott. And 18, oh, what'd they call? They called a violation evidently because they're giving it to Wallace. I didn't catch that one. 18 all, so it was a violation. But there the tide is stemmed. Was that Holzfaster or Brott going over that time?
Brott.
Okay. Get Brott to kill. So Paxton gets it back, leading 19-18. And the serve by Keller. And what do they call? Called it out. Called it out. The ire of the Paxton fans taking place off to our side.
It was very, very close, so just say that.
19-19. Served by the Wildcats. Over it goes. Passed up Holzfatcher. She goes back. Back row attack by Scow is out. Can't argue about that one. 20-19 Wallace. Who's going to grab the momentum here in the final stage of this first game? The all-important first game. Yep. Timeout Paxton to talk it over. The Tigers now trail by 1. We'll be back in 30.
Lose one like that, you get it back somewhere else.
Sure. D25 district final from Perkins County High and Grant tonight. Going, as we thought, a tug of war between Wallace and Paxton. Two conference foes, third meeting this season. And this all-important first one going down to the wire, 2019 Wallace. And over it goes by Wallace, trying to get a 2-point lead. Up front, shoved over and off the Wallace blocker, and a good job by Hackney. She knew her only really choice was to tip it that time, and she tipped it off to the side. It worked out.
Yeah, the timing on that had to be just right, and it was.
So, 20-20. The drama continues. And we got Gamut into serve across sideways. They can't get to it. Good effort by Lundvall, but well, that was a tough one to control off the hand of Gamut.
Good serve by Leanne Gamut to come in off the bench in a pressure situation and get an ace serve.
21-20 Tigers. Gamut down the line. It's bumped up this time. Lundvall sets clear to the left. Attack by Storm. Didn't clear. That should be 4 hits. Yep.
4 hits.
So 22-20.
Now you'll see the substitution start because both teams are out of timeouts.
Yep. Strand will bring in Maya McConnell.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe one more rotation for Wallace and Daniels will be in the front row. So.
And here's a serve over by Gamut. Bumped by McConnell. Lundvall sets over, and the pushover by Hubbard. Now at the net, some action stuffed through by Holzfaster. It went sideways. 2 players were in position, but Daniels looked at Lundvall. Lundvall looked at Daniels, and all the while the ball tumbled to the floor.
Just a little bit of communication there. Excellent hustle by both teams.
And the serves across. Bump forward, set left. Here's Hubbard going through the blockers. Kept alive with the back row. Paxton up. Holzfatcher trying for the tip, and it's blocked back. A great job by Paige Allward to anticipate that tip by Holzfaster.
Pass was an overset, or an overpass, and Taylor Holzfaster just couldn't get there to tip it up, and they got it back down on him.
21-23, serve by Maggie May, and it's an ace. And I tell you what, these two teams, neither one wants to let this first one go.
Nope. 1-point game again.
Here's a serve over, bumped up. Set Holzfaster, tight to the antenna, shoved over by Hackney. Now back in the middle, and Daniels free balls it into Paxton's back row. Tigers up, Holzfaster going to keep it on the right side. Another attack, Hackney.
That's Holtz.
That's Holtz, excuse me, up front. And here's the hit from the middle, and Daniels ties it.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, she's in the front again. Yeah, and they know to go to her, so.
23-23.
And no timeouts for either coaches.
Maggie May sends it over. Bailey Scow first contact up to Holtz. High arching set and over by Holtz. Now Wallace sends it over on 2. Here's a great set over the left side, bumped over by Hackney. A pancake save. Wallace keeps it alive. 3 balls in the back row. Forward off of Scow. Holzfaster tips it over, and a great choice by Taylor Holzfaster there.
She does that quite well. Sometimes she'll take that second hit and take it on over and catches them off guard. It's game point.
Game point, 24-23 Paxton. Serving Holtz, over. Bump forward, set Lundvall in the middle, and Wallace returns. Paxton handles, Holzfaster sets. Scow on the left side gets it over. Set to Daniels, Daniels to the blocker. A good fill from the back row. Now set to Scow, attacks it through the blockers. Nice fill by Wallace. Set to Daniels, she'll shove it in the back row. Forward out of Holtz. Sent back over, Scow on the run, block back. Wow, what a job by Daniels to move over and block Scow that time.
Right, Bailey Scow's up in her strong position. They're going to their strength, but Daniels was there to put it back.
24-24, got to win by 2. Lundvall, over it goes, bumped up by Holtz. Holzfaster going left to Scow, down the line, picked up by May. Lundvall sets to Daniels, pushes over on the soft touch, return right away. Daniels there, stuffs it down, and now game point for Wallace. Now they overrule it and give the point to Paxton. They say net.
No, that was, I believe that was a call we didn't get the other time. If you catch it and prolong it and bring it forward, that's an illegal.
Okay.
So I think they called it on us once, and now it was called on them.
Okay, serve for the game, Carly Scow. Over to the middle, Daniels pushed in the back row, punched off to the side, and out off of the right fist of Holtz. And we're going to play some more, 25 all. 25-25 into the front row, Haley Storm. Daniels and Sheets also up there, and the serve by Hubbard. And in the back row forward, safely off of Scow. Into Wallace's back row. Now they go up right side. Put across by Sheets. Here's Holzfaster back setting to the right side. It's over off of Keller. And now Wallace goes into the middle. Daniels hit rejected by Holzfaster, but they play it back to Daniels into the back row. Touch forward into the middle, and the 10-foot line over by Holtz. Now Wallace into the middle for Daniels, and she swipes it from right to left, and no chance for Carly Scow to bring it up.
Yeah, Daniels had a great pass and set up to the net, just nailed it.
26-25, game point Wallace. Over it goes, sideways, set left, here's the hit, return. Wallace will play it into the middle, Daniels, who else? Into the back row, nice dig, but then lack of communication, and that'll cost the Tigers game 1. It was just bumped up by Holtz. It wasn't that high, and there was 2 players right there, Janelle, for the Tigers. But you got to communicate, and they didn't communicate.
And once again, there are similar circumstances on both sides of that match. Both teams had an illegal hit of the same nature, so that washed. And there was 2 of those miscommunication dropped to the floor, and 2 people looking at it. So just very evenly matched teams, and the score shows it, 27-25.
Wallace takes the first, 27-25. We will catch our breath as you catch your breath and listen to some of our great sponsors of tonight's D25 District Volleyball match from Perkins County High in Grant. We'll be back in 90 seconds. All right, welcome back for set number 2 here at Perkins County High in Grant. Wallace wins the first, coming from behind. You know, Janelle, they called that second time out down 18-14. After that, they outscored him. It would have been 13-7 after that point. But the key, when we went off air, was getting Daniels back on the front row. And Paxton realizes that. They know that. They have to make their hay. They just didn't get enough points and put her away before she got back to the front row.
Yeah, and it's like I said, these 2 teams are very evenly matched, and it might come down to a rotation.
All right, Paxton.
We got some unruly fans over here.
Paxton starts on serve receive on the right side of the net. Wallace opens with a serve. Up right side, big smash by Holtz. And for the Tigers, that's a good way to start after dropping that first game.
Yeah, we got to come back and get the momentum. And the team that gets the momentum in their favor early usually takes control of the set.
Holtz clean serve into the back row. Up forward, Lundvall into the middle, shoved over Daniels. Now returned by Holzfaster on 2. set to Daniels, shoots it over into the back row, up front, off of Keller. Now the set to Scow. Scow powers through the block on the other side there on the left and gets it down.
Really a power hitter, and Bailey's really good at finding the spot open when she gets her set.
Scow had 4 kills in the opening game, 5 for Brott to lead Paxton. Wallace led by Daniels, who had 5. Here's a set to Hubbard. Hubbard gets smash off of Keller in the back row. Couldn't control it. Scow gave chase, but could not catch up to the ball.
It's a little flinch there. Good hit by Wallace.
2-1. Wallace serves and long. So Paxton goes up 3-1. And we have Carly Scow rotating in for Hackney. Carly taking her time and now approaches the line and baps it over. Into the back row, May forward. Here's a hit by Daniels. Sideways off of Holtz, but they get back in the middle, shoved over. And now Wallace sets to Daniels in the middle, and she smacks it off of Scow in the back row.
And Daniels has such a powerful hit, and she has the wind-up swing where she comes from way back, and you never know when it's coming.
Daniels serves. Carly Scow bumps it up right side. Holzfaster sets, and Bailey Scow swipes it, trying a good idea there, just didn't get it over the net that time, going clear from right to left.
Yeah, you're trying to cut the ball and cut it too thin.
3-3. And the Wildcats serve with Daniels hitting it over to Carly Scow. Now Bailey Scow shoves it clear on the left side, pushed across by Keller. And now Wallace up in storm of the attempt and gets the kill as a dive by Holtz cannot bring the ball up.
He's not getting to our positions.
4-3, Wallace on a 3-0 run. Early in the second after Wallace claimed the first, 27-25. Serve to Carly Scow. Up to Holzfaster, sets Bailey Scow on the right side. Good smash, good bring up. Daniels stuffed to the net. Or that was Allward, now returned by Wallace, and now returned by the Tigers. Now the Wildcats set into the middle. Allward rejected by Holzfaster, bandied about, but Wallace keeps it alive and returns. Emma Holtz bumps it up front. Here's the third hit. Bailey Scow is able to power it off of Hubbard, and backwards it goes.
Taylor Holzfaster had a nice rally there. She not only blocked it back twice, but gave the ace set to Bailey Scow to get that down.
Holzfaster to serve for the Tigers, trying to push them ahead. Bumped by Daniels into the middle. No one gets to it. I guess that was a little donut hole. They couldn't close it up quick enough.
Miscommunication. 3 of them didn't know who was going to take it.
5-4. Paxton, the visitors on the scoreboard. Tossed up and a short serve that time. Holzfaster. You can see her hesitate a little bit, and I think that cost her getting the elevation she needed.
Just missed hit by
Taylor.
Uncharacteristic.
Service error on the Tigers, 5-all, and the serve by Sheets over. Bailey Scow gets it back from Holzfaster, and she gets into the back row. Hubbard forward, set by Lundvall, and Allward gets it over. Now Paxton going to set left. Here's Bailey Scow, good attack, into the back row, up front, shoved clear over the left side, attack down off the hand of Haley Storm, gives Wallace the lead.
We got some really strong hitters at the net, and the blockers need to get a piece of that. If they don't, otherwise it's going to be down. It's going way too fast.
6-5 Wildcats. We're in the second game. Best 3 out of 5. Serve floats over, backing up Holtz. Good pass, and over on 2. And here's a set by Wallace. Left side attack, pushed back on the block, and they call Wallace for a violation.
4 hits.
4 hits, it never cleared.
Yep.
Paxton had the blocker set in case it did, but the net did the blocking. 6-6. Bailey Scow serves. Bumped up to the middle. Lundvall sets left. It went over, and there's an early Christmas present that time for Brott.
Having a nice night tonight.
7-6 Tigers. And Bailey Scow tosses it up. Line drive serve is taken by Hubbard. It's passed up Lundvall. Set left side. Good smash by Storm. 2 in a row.
Haley Storm. Very nice.
They're feeding her. She's got the hot hand, but she rotates out now. And coming in to serve is Morgan Messersmith. She is a 5'1" junior. Sends it over. Bumped up by Bailey Scow. Holzfaster going left to Holtz. Holtz off the tape. Great dive and another dive. Can't get the second dive that time. A good first dive, and the Messersmith stepped in, couldn't bring it up.
Nice hit by Emma Holtz.
That is her third kill of the evening. 8-7 Paxton. And here's a cut serve to the right side. Daniels puts it back in play up front now. Third hit over by Hubbard. It looked innocent enough on the left her hand, but it really had good direction that time, and it came down in a hurry in front of Keller.
He dropped on her. Tie game.
Yeah, as if that's a surprise,
right.
huh? Maggie May across. Holzfat's going to set it up. It went just a little bit over, and that allowed the stuff to take place off of Hubbard, and she won the war at the net.
Set was too tight to the net and just couldn't joust it, lost the joust.
Up and over, bumped up by Scow. Set left side, here's a soft hit, doesn't get there by Hackney, a flat-footed hit that time. Those are really difficult when you're standing that deep, that far away from the net.
Yeah, he just didn't have her timing on it.
10-8 Wildcats. Here's Holzfaster going right side. Attack Holtz right back at her, but then pushed over by Paxton. Now the Wildcats set, running in Lundvall to Daniels. Shoots it in the back row. Bumped up by Keller. Now Paxton on the right side, and a good smash that time by Emma Holtz. Gets it through the blockers and out.
And that's what I'm sure that's what Coach Rhodes is, and both coaches have said, hit it with authority, because if it's blocked, sometimes they block it out. That's just what happens.
9 serving 10. And it is Gamet serving. Fade to Daniels, and off a 1, off a 2, and down, as Hackney was the first contact, and then the last chance Keller there couldn't keep it going. Daniels with her 7th kill tonight. Over 300 on the season coming in. Serve long off the hand of Lundvall. And there's a freebie for Paxton. They're back within 1.
And those freebies are costly when you have a 1 or 2 point game.
10 serving 11. Over by Holtz. Lundvall shoves it over on the set. Blocked at the net from Hubbard, but Wallace going to replay it to Daniels. And the replay turns out to be a point for them, as Daniels just careens it into the back row, and nothing Keller could do about that.
Hard to block because that roundhouse swing, timing's got to be perfect or it's down. It's a good player, good player.
12-10 Wildcats. Serve to Keller up front left side. Bailey Scow, good smash, but a nice take by Storm. Get it back to her. She smashes over. Up front Keller. Over on 2 by Holzfaster. Wallace waiting into the middle, and there's Daniels. She's lethal in that middle position. You get her a good set. The timing between her and Lundvall is impeccable.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give a ball to him to set up, because she's in the front. If you give him a free ball, it's down.
Paxton, good pass up left side. Bailey Scow swings it over. Wallace going over to the left side. Good smash Storm. Now Paxton sets up Scow down the line, in. A good one for Bailey Scow. Boy, the Tigers needed that one.
That's where it's open for Bailey. I'm glad she's been trying to hit the line, but she hasn't had the set to do it until just now.
Carly Scow rotates in to serve. The junior sends it up, cuts it too far to the right. 14-11 Wallace. Boy, the airs just stand out so much more in a district championship.
Yep. And like I said, those are costly when it's a 1 or 2 point game.
Daniels in the back row, though. That's the only thing good about that. And then she whips the serve over. And Carly Scow dove, and good thing for Paxton that she wasn't able to get the ball before it hit the floor.
Yeah, it was another close. I mean, I know the coaches say anything close, play it. And that was close, but it was out.
Holzfaster serves. Paxton down by 2. An overpass tipped over at the net by not Lundvall, but Sheets. Now Paxton up front. Bailey Scow shoves it over on the dump attempt. Paxton into the middle. Wallace, a joust. Wallace won it. Now Holzfaster going to set it back to Scow, and she goes down the line, and a dive by Daniels cannot produce the ball.
And that was a perfect set to Bailey Scow. She can nail it when the sets are there, and credit Holzfaster with a good set, ace set.
Well, what Daniels means to Wallace is what Scow means to Paxton's success.
And also Taylor Holzfaster for getting rid of the ball.
Holzfaster serves to tie. Good one to Daniels. Bumped up. Set. Here's the hit from the left side. Rejected, but out. Off the hand. Did that get Keller that time, or did it get to Brott? One of them.
Both of them, they double blocked.
Yep. So. One of them ricocheted out. Serves over by Sheets. Wallace by 2. Here's Brott, attempt for the left side. Looked like a net rejection, but they didn't see it that way. Let Paxton play it over to the right side. Scow, good smash. Returned. Brott jumped and went past her, but Paxton able to return. Now the Wildcats go over left side. Keller, or Storm, swipes it over from left to right, gets it down Paxton's back row. Timeout, Coach Rhodes and the Tigers trailing 13-16 here in the second. Janelle and I will return in half a minute. The best players in the back row.
Right. But when they're best players in the front row, you have to attack it.
Yep. Janelle and I talking during that break about each team knows that, you know, for Paxton, when Daniels is in the back row, they have to score some serious points, and likewise for Wallace, when Bailey Scow goes to the back row, then they know that's when they have to string them together. 16-13 Wildcats. In the second, they won the first 27-25. Sheets over and long.
Good timeout.
14 serve 16 with Bailey Scow dropping behind the line on the right side. Sends it up, slaps it deep. Bump by Hubbard. Lundville over left side attack by Sheets. Got the hot hand and keeps it going right there. Storm. I said Sheets, I meant Storm. That is her 5th kill in this game.
That was an excellent hit by her. She was way outside the antenna and had to cut it exactly right to get it in, and she did.
Serve now is over by Messersmith, came on for Storm, and now there's a good return. Was that Brott that time? Or Keller, one or two.
Keller.
Okay, we'll give it to Keller. Both in the area that time. We'll give it to Nicole Keller, her first kill. And now she's going to serve it with her club down by a pair. Over it goes, gets stuck up in the basketball. One of the basketball backboards up there in the sky comes down, pushed over. Now Holzfaster going to set it over to Hackney. Hackney wrists it into the back row. Wallace going to feed Hubbard on the left, off the blocker and down. They just didn't get their block closed out that time.
The block was there, they just couldn't. It just fell in front of the kids that back up the block.
18-15 Wildcats. And Daniels back in the middle. Holzfaster feeds right side, and it's rejected and down. Ace block by Hubbard.
And that is a heck of a play by Sarah Hubbard. She's not very tall, but she's been done.
Got her listed at 5'5", but she can get up. 19-15 passed forward, touched over on the second touch by Brott. Now Wallace going to feed to Daniels. Big swing off the tape. Good pick up in the back row by Scow. Forward right side. Here's the shoot down the line, and it's in. Good job by Holtz.
They determined the line's open, and Emma's choosing just to set it down that line. As in Bailey, she hits her hard down the line.
Brought out, Gamet into serve for her. Leanne Gamet hits it deep. Just a little deep. And so, 20-16 Wallace. Threatening to go up 2-0. Lundville sends it deep. Gamet up into the sky. Comes down. Shoved forward by Gamet and over on the third. Now the Wildcats going to go into the middle. Stuff attempt. Brought up. But then the pass goes astray. And Hackney going after it. Can't bring it in. Wallace has everything going their way. Coach Rhodes says we need to stop it right here. 21-16 Wallace. We'll come back in 30.
Yep. Tell them, don't do that.
Yep.
We don't have enough points to spare to give up a couple mistakes.
Back to Grant for this D2-5 district final tonight. And Wallace is really pushing hard to take a 2-0 game lead. And right now, if you're Jody Rhodes, you're telling them we've got to handle their serve. We've got to side them out right here, and then we've got to get it going. And part of that has to be once you get it back. You gotta feed it to Scow. But Bailey's in the back row right now, but I think she'll rotate up. If they can side him out, she'll be on front.
Yep. If they get a side out, she goes to the front.
But they got to do it pretty much right now because 6-point lead may be too much to overcome.
Not sure about Wallace, but Paxton's out of timeouts. You can see a bunch of subbing.
Taylor Dack just came into the back row for Paxton. Serves over, bumped up, pulls faster, bumps it. Shoot down the line by Holtz. Picked up Lundville into the middle. Daniels hits it off of Holzfaster. And it goes careening off to Taylor Holzfaster's left, and it is 22-16.
Daniels is in the front. Taylor's doing a good job with it. She just can't get a block. She's touching the block. She just can't put them down.
Lundville serves. Bumped up by Scow. Holzfaster sets, running up, getting it over Holtz. Wallace will set it to the left. Hubbard goes over the block. Picked up Dack. Now sent over left side. Third hit, block. Picked up Holzfaster. Goes back on Wallace's side. Daniels went back. Now she gets it for a third hit. Hit the tape. And that's 4 hits. You're right. And that gives Paxton point 17. And now they got Scow up front left side. Served by Hackney. Bumped up by Sheets, over and touched back by Scow. Scramble by Wallace, keep it alive for a free ball from the back row over by May. Now Holzfaster sets Scow on the left through the blockers, picked up May, high into the rafters, touches one of them, comes down, playable. Here's Daniels, back to the net, free ball's over. Bumped up by Holtz, back to Scow, third hit cross court, picked up. Nicely done by Messersmith. Now up front, action at the net, and Daniels gets it past Holzfaster again, and
close, tight ball at the net. Could have been a real joust even, and both of them went for it, and Daniels won.
23-17. Wildcats within 2 of going up 2-zip, but the serve goes long off of Hubbard's hand, and Paxton barely breathing here. 18-23. On to serve it, Carly Scow. A few bounces and heads into her serve, and over it goes. Sideways, going back to Sheets. Her Storm gets it across. Now from the middle, set to the left. Scow down the line. Was it in or out?
It was out.
Called it out.
Just out. Put it too hard.
So 6.
Right idea. It was open, but missed the corner.
6 game points for Wallace, 24-18. And Jody Rhodes going to bring in.
Nicole Keller.
That's Keller. Okay. For Dack into the front row. Daniels will try to put Wallace up 2-0. Swipes it over. Bumped forward by Gamet. Right side here, Scow off the tape. Wallace returns right away. Bumped up. Holzfaster sets it back to Scow. Across in the back row, Wallace up front. At the net, stuff back. Good job, Holzfaster. Put the hands up there and got the block. So 19-24, Holzfaster to serve. Need at least 5 more in a row. Serves over. Off to the side, into the middle. Here's the hit, over, dive, tipped over. Great job by Brott. And the back row player, here's a return out. And who knows if that'll get Paxton going or not. The dive from the back row, was that Carly Scow that got that dive on that last play? I think it was.
I believe it was.
Pretty sure.
It was going towards the net, into the net, and Cora Brott with a great reaction just popped it up and over.
24-20, timeout. We'll be back in half a minute.
They're gonna set the girl in the middle. I think they go Allward. They'll go to Allward. You just have to see if the Brock can block it.
Timeout Wallace. They still have 4 game points to work with. Taylor Holzfaster tosses it up safely over. Bump from the back row middle, up. Now over to the left, here's the hit. Over by Storm, Paxton up. Holzfaster left to Scow. Good swipe, it's down. Down on the floor in front of Hubbard. Scow gets the kill, keeping Paxton alive. 21-24. Taylor Holzfaster. Arches it up, slams it, it is out. Oh, so close, so close.
Whoa, that is tough way to lose a match.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, these Wildcats are in the proverbial catbird seat right now.
Yeah.
2 games to none, 25-21. And we will see what the Lady Tigers are made of for sure in game number 3.
I believe they've had a test of that once this year. They were down the first 2 sets and came back and won the last 3. So I think they've been in the.
But this game is so crazy if you get the momentum.
You know,
Anything can happen if you get it to a 5th set.
if the first team that attacks, they can't play. Here you have it. No, here you have it. You have to be aggressive.
Yes.
At this level.
You got to try to.
And if you hit it out or you get it blocked,
Yep.
that's so be it. But you
Yep.
have to be aggressive because
Yep.
if you don't, they will.
You have to impose your will. And even if you make a few errors, you got to go full bore.
And I think this type of team that they're so afraid of making an error that they're tentative and their backs against the wall. They have nothing to lose but to go after it.
So the Wildcats win the first 27-25, the second 25-21. Janelle, good point you made right before we came back about Paxton needing to get in a more aggressive mode here. And they have nothing to lose at this point. You might as well.
Yeah, this is the level of ball and the time of year that you just can't free ball them over the net. Either team, they're playing tentative. They're playing not. I don't want to make the mistake. No, I don't want to make the. Well, here it is. The first team that attacks and is aggressive is probably going to take control of the match.
All right.
So they have nothing to lose. They got to go after it.
Well, you said Paxton had the experience of being down 0-2 against Layton early in the season. Did come back to win it in 5. And, of course, Layton is also playing for a trip to state tonight. So that was a quality team. So they can hearken on that experience. And, you get them one at a time. You can't win them all 3. But if Paxton gets on the roll here and able to carry this one out, then they'll feel like they got a good chance.
And that's where it is, 1 point at a time.
In the middle, Wallace sets it to Daniels, and they say that it's long, and I think Daniels thought it was tipped, but they don't call it. So 1-0, Paxton's back on our left as we view things on the north side of the gym. And Wallace on the right. And the serve by Holtz goes to Sheets up front. Set for Hubbard, off the tape, punched up, kept alive by Hackney. Now over left side, Bailey. Scow, good start. Scow gets it down for the kill.
That was a good, they had to tip it over, kind of a give it to you ball, and Paxton put it to good use. And that's what we were just talking about.
Scow's 10th kill overall. 2-0. Here's the return, and they set it and got it to Daniels, and she gets to do more of a little hopping after getting another kill. She likes to do those little hops afterwards. 2-1.
Yeah, okay.
Added the point over by Lundville at the net and tipped over. Holzfaster not phased by Daniels coming up, and she was able to tip it past her.
That was kind of a pass that was too close to the net, and that's all Taylor could do was just to time it, so she tipped it backwards, and good play.
So one serving 3-1, and a return by Wallace, reaching out, Scow, and over on third. Lundville's into the middle, and that was a net rejection for you. It's called as Daniels going up against Holzfaster. Trying to be a little too fine on that one, and it came back.
Great save by both of these teams. One arm, get it back into play, reaction plays.
4-1, Tigers early in the third, down 2-0. Wallace shoves it up front. Daniels heads in the back, and there's a kill. Unexpected that time, two-handed shove. Looked innocent when it left her hands, but Holtz couldn't quite get in the position she needed. Trying to take it with the hands that time. 2 serving 4. Good smash up front, tipped over on 2 by Holzfaster. Into the middle, could have called a catch that time, didn't. Daniels got it over. Set the Scow on the left. Good smash into the back row up front. Here's the joust at the net. And it's bandied about by Paxton and down to the floor. Haley Storm won that one at the net. Here's a serve. by the Wildcats. Hubbard across. Paxton going to set left side. Over by Keller. Now the Wildcats feed it to Daniels. Off the Holzfaster and down. Keller couldn't bring it up.
Really just a little early on the block. He's going up, and like I said, that roundhouse, when you come clear from down behind you, it takes longer to come around, and it's a later hit.
Hubbard finds the net on her serve, and Paxton gets it back without relinquishing the lead. 5-4 Tigers. Taylor holds faster. Toss it up and over. 4 to the right. There was a poor serve or set attempt. Caught in her hands that time by Lundvall. So a point for the Tigers, and they're up 6-4. Holds faster. Sends it up and into the net again. She didn't have a good toss that time. It just kind of waited a little longer, and that got her hand on top of the ball.
She's done that twice tonight. I haven't seen that all year. I think she's trying to vary the speeds on her serve, and I think she just needs to stick with what works.
Good line drive, served by Daniels. Passed up to Holzfaster, right side attack, Scow. Diving dig by Daniels up front, and third hit is over off of Sheets. Paxton up to the middle, Holzfaster goes right, Pascal across, picked up Daniels. Set in by Sheets, middle attack over by Allward. Now Holzfaster bumps it for Scout, 2 hands it over. Lundvall now going to set to the left, and it is Storm, blocked it out, and Storm gets the kill for Wallace.
Good mixing up from Paxton to put it from right to left side. Keller had a couple hits, and Scow had one, but Keller, they just couldn't. They got the block, but it went out of bounds on them.
6 each, over by Wallace. Set from Holzfaster to Scow, rejected and down. An ace block for Haley Storm.
That just had to be some miscommunication, because that was no one in that area where that ball fell. And that's probably not what that was supposed to look like.
7-6, Wallace on top. Daniels serves. Forward off is Carly Scow. Now left side over by Barat. Now left side attack by Wallace. Was it tipped? It went long, and that's a side out for Paxton. Yep, 7-7. Paxton down 2-0. Trying to crawl back in it. Bad pass, kept it in. Second hit over, great job. Jousted back by Paxton. Now Wallace returns. Now the Tigers go over left side, touched over Holtz. A scramble by the Wildcats up front. Here's the hit. Good cutting hit by Storm. Gets it off of Carly Scow.
Right around the block, and she did cut it right around it, and the back row wasn't ready.
And that is her 9th. Daniels leads everyone with 13 kills. 8-7 Wildcats in the blue and white. Dark blue and gold for Paxton. Here's the return from the right side by Brott. Now Wallace feeds to their hot hand Storm, but Paxton handles. They send it left side. Good hit off the tape. Holtz. That tape always helps you if you're able to bounce it off the tape, because you never can tell how it's going to affect it.
And she had the right idea. She swung hard. She's aggressive. She's going after it.
Serves over by Keller up front. Shoved to the left. Here's a miss swipe into the net by Storm. And she was trying to really whip the wrist through that really quickly.
I think she was a little surprised it was set to her, if it kind of looked like to me.
9-8 Tigers. And again Keller across. Wallace feeds left side. Storm rejected. Gets it back. Taps it past the blockers. Good reach out save. But then an infraction and net violation on the Tigers. They get Hackney that time.
Hackney she was at the net to block, and when she turned to go to the back, she brushed the net.
9-9. On to serve is Morgan Messersmith. Bumped up. Set right. Here's a big attack, and Holtz gets it off of Daniels. To the wall it goes. Give Holtz the kill.
Yeah. And like I said, Emma's swinging hard. She's a competitor. She's going to go down. She's going to go down soon.
10-9 Tigers. Leanne Gamet serving. Had an ace earlier. Bumped up this time and over on 2 by the setter. Now Paxton in the middle. Holzfaster free balls to the back of the net. Lundvall going to shove it off to Hubbard on the left. Bailey Scow up. Tipped over by Holzfaster. And then what do they call? Over the line? I think they called her over the line
I
there.
believe so. She had to really, she scrambled to just popped that over. It was going into the net, and she stepped over.
10-10. Maggie May serving the libero for the Wildcats. The white top over. Third hit over by the Tigers. Up at the net, and an overpass by Wallace, and Daniels couldn't do anything with it. 11-10 Tigers. Here's the serve by Holtz. In the back row, Messersmith takes it. Lundville in the middle, Daniels over, but did she get the net?
One of them.
They call Holzfaster for touching the net?
I think they called the ball down, but one of them, I think she was in the net.
Okay. So give Daniels the kill. 14 for her, 11-11. Deep serve, reach out, Holtz, keep it alive up front. Holzfaster feeds Scow down the line. Picked up by May, into the middle, Daniels. Good swipe, return. Daniels going to try to stuff it. Good job, Hackney, to keep it alive, and Scow gets it over. Wallace into the middle, Daniels. Oh, big attack that time by Daniels.
That was quite a rally. Daniels had 3 big hits. Paxton picked 2 of them up and couldn't get to third.
12-11, Wallace. Serve, Alex Lundville. Bumped up by Gamet. Holzfaster sets to Scow on the left. Good job powering through Daniels and Sheets to get it down. That gives Bailey 11 kills on the evening. And
we have another tie game.
Yep, 12-12. We've seen a ton of those already. Carly Scow in to serve. Serves May up front, into the middle, and rejected. Daniels rejected by Holzfaster, and nobody from the back row slipped up there anticipating that.
I didn't know, she couldn't quite pick out what she wanted to do, so she tipped it over, and Taylor was right there to push it back.
12-13. 13-12, I should say. Paxton serving up by 1. Big swipe by Daniels, but they get a net violation on Paxton.
Yeah. Taylor's in the net again, uncharacteristic.
13 each.
And I think she's trying so hard to get that Daniels blocked that she's reaching too far.
Good diagonal serve taken by Scow. Now up front, Bailey Scow gets it over on the third. Fed into the middle, Daniels shoots it in the back row. Carly Scow up front. And Bailey Scow on the left side gets it over. Return to her, she winds up and gets it. And boy, every hitter's delight there, sent back from the back row just over the net. And just as good as any set on your side.
I think they see Big Mo sticking.
14-13, Tigers trying to get game 3 and send us to a game 4. It's bumped up from the middle. Daniels plays setter over to the left side, and Storm powers it, splits the defense in the back row. First time we've seen Daniels set. Boy, if you could do that once in a while to help your team out, then you really up your value.
I just see the coverage in the back row. They go for it and they hesitate.
Daniels in the back row serving. A reach out save by Carly Scow. Stays deep, shoved forward, and Bailey Scow free balls. Bad pass into the net. And he can't keep it, kept it alive briefly, then it dropped. Coach Rhodes is up there shouting something real quick.
Point Paxton.
15-14. Over it goes, right side, fed into the middle, Allward rejected. Back end and a miss swipe. It was hit back to Allward and then over, and Brott had an opportunity to light it up, and I think she just got a little bit over anxious there.
Right, she saw big eyes on that one and she jumped too early.
15 all, Wallace serving to Bailey Scow now up front. Brott cross court. What'd they roll out?
In, front Paxton.
Okay.
16-15.
Tigers retake the lead, courtesy of Brott, her 7th kill. And tossing it up, putting it over Keller, but a little long. That thing really took off.
Yeah, and mental. And you just have to be mentally tough at this point.
16 all, Messersmith serving. Pushed up front, set. Here's the hit by Holtz. Blocked, slowed down by Hubbard. She gets it back and hits it in.
Wow, that was a perfect. If this was tennis, that was a perfect lob.
So Hubbard.
Right on the back line, very
Fifth kill for Sarah Hubbard. Wallace back in front, 17-16. Messersmith serves, taking Bailey Scow, popped up, holds faster. Here's the third hit, Hackney, and it is long. So Wallace, 2-point lead, and Coach Rhodes says we can't let them go any further. Wallace by 2 in the third, up 2-0. We'll return in half a minute. Well, it's do or die time for the Tigers. Down 2-0. Wallace up 18-16 in the third. Not a great pass. Hackney gets it over, and a shove over by Holtz. And now the Wildcats feed to left side. Attack by Hubbard is through the blockers and through Scow in the back row. And now the screws really start to tighten. 19-16.
Who had that hit? Was that Howard?
I didn't catch that. I think it was Hubbard on the left, I think.
Okay.
I think it was Hubbard. Paxton subs in Dack. Taylor Dack, 5'5" freshman. 19-16 Wallace. Messersmith floats it, looks long, but they play it. Up front, Holtz faster. Now right side attack, Holtz. Dug out Messersmith. Up front, Hubbard. And a scramble, but over by Allward. Now Paxton sets Hackney. Hackney able to get it through the tape, and that actually helped her. Skipped it past the front row there.
Yeah, and he hit it with a little more authority. I'm not sure what was said in the timeout, but I'm sure it was you go after everything and go after it hard.
17 serving 19. And that one is floating long.
Too many errors. Paxton just shoot themselves in the foot with those errors.
2017 Wallace. No timeouts for the Tigers. There's a serve into the net. And that gets Paxton within a pair at 18-20. And he gets Emma Holtz serving. Sends it deep. Bumped right. Now into the middle. Daniels winds up and gets it down. Was it in or out? In. She hits it so hard, can't tell.
Yep. And that's where, if you don't get a piece of it at the net, it's down.
21-18, and evidently Paxton did have a timeout. And they use it now. They're down by 3, trailing 2-0. Janelle Nye will return to Grant in half a minute. On that.
Exactly.
Why? They just announced the AD here, Carly Wells, says, reminding people after whoever wins not to storm the court. Well, good luck on that.
Yeah.
Unless you got mounted policemen, I think you're not going to have much luck with that.
One of these teams is going to state and the other season's over.
Yep.
I don't think that's going to work out so well.
No. 21-18, Wallace 4 points away from state. Served over, bumped up. Holzfaster goes left to Scow. Scow hits it in.
I was going to say that was the right call.
Scow able to get it back for the Tigers. They need to make their big push here, down 19-21. Here we got Carly Scow, her cousin, behind the line. Carly arches it up, puts it over. Bump forward by Messersmith. Now Lundville feeds it to Daniels, and they can't handle it. Like you said, you don't get a piece at the net, you don't have a chance in the back row. No chance.
Unless you're exactly in the spot it's coming, it's hardly, you can't hardly get there. It's come so fast. She's got a lot of talent.
22-19. Serve goes long. Great job of watching that one all the way by Holtz and letting it float long. Got brought back to the front row. Gamet to the bench. And serving for the Tigers is Holzfaster. Taylor puts it up, and it is out. Wow.
I don't know if it's depth perception, but and both teams are struggling with serving.
23-20, Wallace needs 2 to go to state. Swung over by Daniels, popped up Holzfaster, right side attack. Scow is going long, and the Wallace Wildcats are 1 point away from going back to state. 4 match points in their pocket. Daniels will try to do it. The Wallace student body up and chanting across the way. And over to our side. Daniels puts it up. It's over. It's bumped up. Holzfaster going to set it. Scow over on the third. Wallace into the middle, left side. Here comes Storm into the back row, retreating now forward. Holzfaster, third hit, returns it on Wallace's side. The Wildcats will set it back to Storm. Off the blockers and down. And the Wallace Wildcats have come into Grant tonight and swept the Paxton Tigers. And the Wildcats punched their ticket to state.
Congratulations to the Wildcats. They were aggressive. They played. Paxton stayed right with them if they could. Too many errors. And Wallace played a nice game tonight.
And the celebration begins after they slap hands at the net. And we invite you folks listening.
Running up, this is Paxton. Thank you. DC 55, here is Wallace. Congratulations.
Where neither team was really going to be able to get a whole big string of points on them, and it just kind of like a tug of war there, especially to begin things in that first set. How important was that to come away and outlast them and come away at that first set victory?
It was huge. Like, we didn't even expect to sweep them at all. We expected to go 5 hard sets. We beat them in the beginning of the season. During our pack, they beat us. And then we just came in with full-fledged that we knew that we were going to state, but we did not know that we were going to sweep them. So it's big.
So really, you had enough confidence after that first set that there wasn't any doubts left in your mind. You sensed that you were going to go ahead and win it.
Well, first set was this first set. Second set, after we won the second set, we knew that we had the confidence going in the third set, and it wasn't going to be easy. Paxton pushed us really hard, 25-20.
Yeah.
It was tough.
It was tough all 3 sets. I really thought that maybe the biggest difference is that you just didn't make as many errors as they did.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it appeared up here calling it, is that, they had a few more service errors and you were able to get them out of system maybe a little bit more.
We definitely had the momentum going into district finals, beating the #1 team in our sub-district. So, yep.
You deservedly get a lot of attention. I'm sure you'll be on the all-conference team, but talk about some of your teammates and your team success being really hinged on what they do too, because really, they're a big reason for team success and for you getting the stats that you get.
Well, I mean, it all comes down to a pass and then a set and then a kill, obviously. So, I mean, we've all worked together ever since summer, and we've just all put it together for the whole season. So,
And everybody was doing a good job tonight, and Alex Lundville probably doesn't get enough credit for her consistency too, to be able to feed you that ball.
Oh, Alex is she's my setter, that's right.
Yeah, and Michaela Sheets stepped in there and did a good job when she had her opportunities too. And swinging wise, Sarah really stepped up at times and took some of that burden off of you, and of course Haley really came through there down the stretch.
Yeah, and our freshman libero, she has really stepped up.
Did a good job, didn't she?
Yes.
Coming in, serve, and helping out with the back row passing. You needed that. Well, what do you think your mentality will be going down to Grand Island next week?
We all know that it's not going to be easy at all. That in practice the next week we have to push ourselves, and we just have to go in with a confidence and momentum.
I don't think anybody's going to be, especially the Eastern people, are going to be talking about Wallace being a factor down there. So from your standpoint, you might have a little chip on your shoulder going down there, huh?
Nobody thought that we were going to even beat Paxton or even be in the district finals, so this is huge.
All right, Christina, thanks a lot. Congratulations. Enjoy it the rest of the evening, and I'm sure you'll put your work hats back on tomorrow and get to work preparing for whoever comes your way next Thursday, huh?
Yep.
Okay, congrats.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's Christina Daniels, the fine
Awesome
hitter,
Awesome job.
as she hugs her coach, Liz Strand, and we'll talk to Coach Strand now, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Talk to you, just recording our interview this morning, I really sensed from your demeanor that the girls were going to play well. If you try to gauge it on a calm coach, and you came across as calm and confident, not cocky, but confident, and a team that really was on a roll at the right time, and overcoming in your sub-final a team that had beaten you 3 times, and you got down 2-1 in that. We talked about that, and that obviously, that momentum, confidence rolled over into tonight.
Yeah, we came into Tuesday night with Juanita as the underdogs and came with a focus and didn't give up. And so tonight I just kind of gave the same speech to the girls that we just had to relax, have fun, play loose. And if we kept our focus, what our job was, there was no expectations on us, is what I kept telling the girls. Paxton was picked to win the district. And I just really emphasized to the girls to keep doing our thing and have fun, and peaking at the right time. Gotta love that.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's been a good formula here down the stretch. And a lot of times teams that don't have the super terrific regular seasons are kind of dismissed, and I know that's going to happen next week. Nobody is going to give you much attention or anything going down there. You'll just be the representative out of this area, basically.
Which is the way we like it.
You fly under the radar and maybe create some waves down there. This team really, and I hadn't had a chance to see you up till tonight, but I'm really impressed with the way you communicate out there, and just Daniels obviously is your star, but other girls really stepped up when needed. Really struggled in the first set when she was in the back row, but you got her up in time to finish it out. But then I thought in the second and third set she did a better job of compensating when she was in the back row.
Did a better job of scoring in those rotations. Yeah. She definitely is the leader of our team. But the thing is, everyone's got a role, and everyone's embracing those roles and just working together and having a great time doing it. So you gotta like that when it all comes together. They've had just a great week. But, the thing is, through the season, we've known all along this was possible. We just had to get things organized so we could get here. So.
Well, one thing about playing in the RPAC conference is that you are super tested. And with what you played and what you've seen this year, the quality of competition in the RPAC, I don't think anything that you see down there in the court Thursday is going to faze you.
Yeah, we didn't make the second night of the RPAC, but we did go down there and watch Southwest and Bertrand, as well as Paxton and Dundee County, and we've seen the best competition around. I'm just going to keep the girls relaxed, and we're going in, like you said, under the radar with no expectations really on us, I'm sure, and fine by me. I'd rather have it that way. So.
Well, I tell you what, I like that attitude, and sometimes there's times to be super serious, and I'm sure you have those moments too. But I like that attitude because really you can really play that up this next week going to state, knowing that nobody is going to expect much out of you.
Right.
But I know you as a group will expect to go down there and have success, right?
That's true. And it's just been a great fall. The boys doing so well in football, and the girls, and this week has been an awesome week to be a Wildcat. So I hope it keeps going and the Cats keep rolling. So. Well,
there's a little third-round playoff game at Amherst on Tuesday that I know you're probably going to have an early morning practice so you can go up there and root them on, huh?
Those are all things on the agenda for tomorrow morning's plans. Yep, to figure things out. So, just going to enjoy the moment tonight. Just so proud of the girls and all the work they've done, and just so happy for them.
Well, you are to be congratulated, and appreciate you coming up here and sending a couple of girls up to talk with, and maybe we can do some state tournament interviews next week.
Sounds great.
Hang around here while I sign off, and I think I'll take one more 60-second break, and we'll come back and wrap things up. Wallace, the D2-5 district champions tonight in 3 sets over Paxton, 27-25, 25-21, and 25-20. We'll take a 60-second break, come back and wrap it up from Perkins County High School.